Hi, coaches.
Hello, coaches.
Thanks for tuning in again. There's 2 games left. And the upward season has been going so fantastic, and that is all due to you guys. The team takes on the coach's attitude, as in life. We all take on our leaders' attitudes, and it just is fantastic. And everything has been going so smoothly. We've been getting such great feedback. So thank you so much. Just a couple of reminders. Maybe if you've got a couple kids that haven't scored yet, try to focus on them these last 2 weeks, and get the whole team into it. You'd be surprised at how the whole team gets behind them. Another reminder is the award ceremony, April 2nd. You might want to start telling your parents about that and getting them psyched up about that. And just before that is Easter Sunday, March 27th. We will have a week off before that, and then the ceremony is the week after that. So remind everybody that we've got services. We've got 1 million services, and they should just go to our website to find those services. So thank you very much.
Just a brief minute or two with you to talk about the devotion and just a little bit about coaching. It's interesting how we're already thinking about Easter, and as a church, we're working through the story, and the portion of the story that you're working through is a portion in regards to the life of Jesus. And the life of Jesus is about his teaching, and yet we don't want you to focus completely on Jesus as a teacher, because you know what? While Jesus was a good man, Jesus was truly our God. And so keep that in mind as you work with kids about this. This section of scripture that you're going to work through is going to be about Jesus' teaching, about how he takes a few fish and a few loaves of bread, and he does a miracle. He feeds 5,000 people, and at the end, there's so much food left over that each disciple who doubted what Jesus could do had to have a full basket of food to deal with. There's a devotion about Peter, and Peter getting out and walking on the water, and while he focuses on Christ, when he focuses on God walking towards him, he can do it. And when he takes his eyes off of God, he starts to sink, and he starts to think about himself and what his capabilities are, but not his capabilities with God in charge of him. And the devotion is really well written, and we ask that you focus on some of those questions about how can you play basketball if you're not focusing on basketball. And the same is true for us as a Christian. You know, God asks that you love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind. Our focus really needs to be on him, and then how everything else falls in line after that. The coaching tip for this week is really simple, and it's probably that the kid that you're struggling with the most at this point in the season, now that the honeymoon is done with just 2 weeks left, is probably the kid that just needs your love the most. And so we ask that maybe you lift them up in prayer even more this week. Maybe you find a way to be engaged with that child even more at practice this week. Find a way to be positive with that child, and just see how the Lord will work through that. Thank you once again for all that you're doing. Once again, I've received nothing but compliments about how the season's going, and I realize it's only because of the parents' exposure to you and the kids' exposure to you as coaches. So God's blessings. Keep up the great work, and we're very proud of what you're doing.